So
it almost looks like a fractal. Like you have like you know, kind of an accentuated version of the 8-gon or octagon shape on top. That's like a pyramid, and then you have like a lesser, you know, a less concave version in the middle, and then like an even less, you know, more kind of spread out.
And this is off from memory because what people, you know, yes, this was like a very matte black, but then it was also transitioning like a light matte gray. And I don't know if we were going down this hill and we could still kind of see it, and maybe sun was hitting it to an extent, or I don't know, but it was basically looked like it was changing colors. But this panel right here, whatever these are, were basically the very Vanta black, which was the blackest I've ever seen anything. There's like light could get absorbed into this.
Almost like a black hole or something.
Kind of. That's the only way I can describe it.
Or Vanta black is this car, this BMW car.
The paint that they did that it basically absorbs light. It's very crazy stuff. So that's what that reminded me of. But, you know, I estimated that this thing was probably about 300 feet. And when we end up getting into this clearing is basically when we were intercepted by this force. You know, so Arrow put out a report that was completely false because I didn't say it was U.S. Special Operations. That never came out of my mouth. What I hypothesized is that they were at some point, because the tactics they used, they already had to drop on us by the time we even noticed them. So yeah, you got, you know, armchair generals out there who said, oh yeah, I wouldn't have done that, or I would have fired on him. It's like, yeah, good luck with that, buddy. Get pulled over by a cop and have a weapon and see how fast you can reach it while he's already got his drawn on you.
Yeah.
We'll see how well that works for you.
Yep.
You know, FAFO.
You and your fellow Marines, you did not have rounds chambered.
No, we did not.
When you were encountered in like a pincer formation.
We were in condition 3, so all we had was a magazine inserted, so all you have to do is hit the charging handle to chamber around. But if we're sitting there patrolling, because this is the funny thing, is there's a lot of optics that are played and stuff like this, right? So it's not like you're wanting to use this. Now, granted, Indonesia is the second largest terrorist capital in the world, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to encounter any kind of bad guys, which we really didn't encounter that. And for these operators who we encountered, who's to say that they're really bad?
Yep.
Because the difference is if we were to do an operation ourselves and we had people we had no idea that were armed coming up to us, I'm pretty sure we'd react in the same way, especially if there's something that's going on that we either need to protect people, protect assets, or something going on. We're not going to have the same kind of welcoming, like, yeah, go ahead and take a look, guys. You know?